What's going on, everybody? Good evening, good afternoon. No, it's evening, definitely evening. All right, good evening, everyone. Super glad to be here tonight. We are all loading in and gathering for a very exciting time. I am really honored and privileged to introduce the Ultimate Experience Production Company virtual launch party. Clap it up for Shanequa. We're so excited and so proud. I've been working with Shanequa now for probably, I would say probably like a little bit close to a year, maybe a little bit close to a year. She came to me and she told me that she had this incredible idea that was keeping her up at night. Um, that she really wanted to expound upon and build upon, and she needed somebody to kind of help her to facilitate her dream and her ideas. And so honored and so privileged that she came to me and the BT Collective, and we were able to um, bring vision to reality and to help her birth out this baby. And so it's a very exciting time. I'm very proud of you, Shanequa. And I know that you guys who are joining tonight are also equally proud of her. It's not easy being a mother and a grandmother and a daughter and a girlfriend and everything else, a coworker, a best friend, a sister. Um, and maintaining all of that and still having the courage to uh, birth out a business. It's just not easy. It's not as easy as it sounds, not as easy as it looks. And so I celebrate her tenacity, her devotion to what she's building, and the fact that she did not allow anything to hinder or stop her from going after this. Hiccups in the road, things that don't go as planned. She's still very determined to see this thing through. And I'm so proud and excited that tonight we are having the virtual component. We're breaking this up in different series. So the first part of this is the virtual component where we're able to tag in a lot of surprise guests that are going to come on and congratulate her that wouldn't be able to necessarily be there in person. And then part two of this will be the in-person launch party extravaganza that we're putting together. And so here's the thing. Firstly, I need you to share. Those of you who are watching on YouTube and those of you that are watching on Facebook, I want you to share this live. Let's really turn up and get people in here to celebrate Ultimate Experience virtual launch tonight. I want you to share this live. And then we have several surprises tonight that Shanequa really doesn't know about. So when we said we were putting this virtual live together, she was under the impression that we were basically going to put together a virtual live where she'll be able to talk about her business, talk about her brand. We'll answer some questions that people have. And that'll be it. I told her that, we'll bring a couple of your friends on. And, if you know Shanequa, she's very inquisitive. Who, Bobby? Who, Bobby? But told her we're not going to tell her who's coming on tonight. So it'll be a surprise. And so if you're watching, you have to keep her suspense. All right? You got to keep her suspense. So let's do it together. I'm going to bring, just before I bring on Shanequa, I'm going to also let you know that there is a website that we are working on. Her website is probably in its third phase. Really wanted to have it done for tonight, but we also are not in the business of rushing greatness, right? We want things to be perfect and we want them to be executed seamlessly. And so we're taking the necessary time to make sure that that is a perfect job. So there will be a website coming really soon. We also have some great photo production. Shout out to our brother Raymond. We had a great photo production, and those images are loading, and you'll be able to see it first if you subscribe. And you can do that by going to ueproductioncompany.com and subscribing to everything UE Production. And there you'll be notified of what's going on in the brand, what's going on, what's coming, what to look forward to, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All right. So without further ado, drum roll, we are going to bring on the celebrant tonight. And I want y'all to throw hearts, fire emojis, put all of that in the chat. We are going to go put it up for our girl tonight, Shanequa McCoy.
Hello, everyone. I should have had some dancing music. Hello, everyone. How y'all doing? I am so excited. I should have had some music on.
I know, but we're gonna let them hear the music in the air tonight.
Hello, everyone. I am so excited today. I'm gonna shed some tears, so let me get my tissue ready.
Not a roll of paper towel.
Yes, it is. A roll. Hello, everyone. I'm so excited that you guys have joined me today, along with my creative director, Bobby. This has been a long haul for me.
Mhm.
Um, it's so much. I don't even know where to begin. Talking about how this vision came to pass. All I know is that this was not something that I wanted to do. It was something that I had to do. And starting your own business and it's a lot. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. I think it's
So
easy.
Zeke, before you get into the crux of this, right? Because
I love
we
y'all.
want to talk about the struggle, the battle, the internal anxiety, and all of that that comes with birthing this out. Because a huge part of what you do is you are bringing light to spiritual components in the Bible that are not necessarily, you shining the light on them, right? So, of course, there's a level of conviction, I'm sure, and a level of um, things that you're dealing with or that you deal with through that process. And we want to get into all of that tonight. But before we get started, why don't you say hello to some of your friends? You have a bunch of people on the YouTube and on the Facebook tonight that are here to show you love. So let's jump into that. We got Lakeisha Rice.
Hi, Kiki. Oh my God. I am so excited you guys joined me.
Leah.
My best friend. Hi, best friend. I love you. Oh my God.
Nona's here.
No, no. Wow. Like me and when we go way back into Tunu, that is one of my co-workers. I am so y'all gonna have me crying on this live today. Mama Phyllis, I love you, my mother's best friend. I see Shawnee in the house. Oh
Keisha
man.
Mayo is on from YouTube.
Keisha, how are you? Thank you so much. I don't even know. I can't even see who's on YouTube. So you guys, you got to tell me who's there. So I don't even know.
Lord, Bashan is
But
here.
Sean, yes, sister.
This
Oh
is so
my
nice. So
God.
much love in the room tonight.
Thank you.
I love to see it. Shay Anderson is here.
Yay.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. My boy Evan is here.
My baby, I miss you. Hurry up and come home, Didi.
Go pay. Go pay your bill.
You see, I'm repping Evan today, though. You know, I had to put this on for him.
I love it. We love it. We love you, Evan. So many people are here. We're excited. Joy
I love you, Joy.
Casey
Friends of my
Whitaker is watching from
Tracy.
YouTube.
Tracy, you know, she kind of raised me in church, you know.
I
Yeah, I was a
love
little
it.
stunt.
Shake,
Hi,
shake.
Cynthia. Wow. Y'all make me
All
cry.
right, so listen, we have a bunch of people who are in, they're loading in. And as y'all drop in tonight, please remember to share this live. Share this live. We want to really turn up for Shanequa. This is a huge accomplishment. And the virtual aspect of this is really the smallest but most sincere component of this launch because she really has an opportunity to sit and hear from you, how you feel about what she's doing, your congratulatory remarks. It's all very sentimental and special. And we'll have this to watch over and over in the archives as you continue to build this brand. All right. All right, Neek. So,
Yes.
first and foremost, Ultimate Experience Production Company. What was the dream before you spoke to me, before you started writing things out, before you what was the initial dream that you had? What was the initial vision that you had where you knew that this was your gift of writing, your gift of production? What was the aha moment to say?
I would have to say my aha moment was I started writing, I think 2003. I started writing. That's when my dad got sick, and I just picked up the pen and I just started writing. And my pastor at the time, Bishop Michelle White Haynes, she trusted me to put a play on in the church, and I did the rendition of the Scrooge. And I just had this vision in my head of dancing and singing and acting, more musical wise, more than just a play. And that's where it started. In the midst of me writing that and going to rehearsals, I gave my dad a kidney actually. So I think that was the beginning stages of me starting to write. Like and but for me, as looking at it as career wise, I think it was when I wrote um when I wrote what was that, Heavenly Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
is when I said this is what this is what God wants me to do. So like I said, if I would have picked another career, this definitely wouldn't have been it. But I knew that my writing was more ministry than anything, because the way that God was downloading these, it wasn't something that I just sat down and said, I'm just want to be a writer, or I'm going to go to school to write literature or poetry or anything like that. It was really something that God was downloading in me. And I would sit in the middle of my bed, and I wouldn't use a computer. I would write my plays out like by hand. And I would sit in the middle of my bed and put earphones in my ears and make this huge playlist and just write. And as God is downloading, I would dream it, I would see it. It's something that I just can't even explain sometimes. The way he just I guess it would be like someone who preaches or a prophetic. So it was something like that. And that's when I knew, okay, this is what God has for me, because writing wasn't something that I was successful at in school. Spelling, you can ask my best friend that, because she was the one who would go in the beginning and proofread my plays, and she knows what I struggle with. But trust me when I tell you that this was not something that I thought that I would do. And looking at plays through the years, you got David E. Talbot, you got Tyler Perry, and so many others. I always knew I wanted something bigger, and I wanted to shine a light on the Word of God.
Do you hear that?
Yes, I don't know what that is. What
Wait a
is
minute.
that? Like a bell?
Oh, I think you have a guest here. Hold on, let's see who it is. Mookie.
What up, baby?
What's up, Mook?
What up, honey? What up? Y'all know I'm working, but I could not be on here. I could not. I could not. This is years way back. I can't even count. Don't even get me to start. But so proud of you. I love
Don't
you
start crying.
dearly. No, I'm not gonna start. I'm not gonna start crying. But I really, really am proud of the woman that my friend is. Like that's my sister. Like I love her, and not only is she real and genuine, but she is authentic, and that's the most valuable gift you can have. I love you, Mama. You know I have to dip in and out because I am on a case. Shh, I'm sorry. But I'm super proud of you. Whatever you need, you know I'm here 100%. Whatever you need, whoever you need me to see, handle, I got you.
Oh my God.
You so right. Y'all really
Not
gonna have me in here crying because this right here,
this right here is
this is
I'm
years
so
and
super proud. This
years.
is years in, baby. They don't even understand. Talking from teenage kids to crazy kids to
Mookie,
young adults to
I know
old
you have to
adults.
go soon, but um, I have a question for you. So, at what point, being that you and Monique have been friends for a long time, I know every time we get together, y'all talk about Danny Eason and the choir days and how y'all used to sing, how y'all used to fight and carry on. But at what point did you recognize that Shanequa had a real gift and you were like, yo, no, she's serious about this?
I would say when in our churches, our church's fellowship, the late Bishop Michelle White Haynes and my dad, Bishop Seabrooks, were very, very good friends. But I would say when I saw her to evolve and start to develop with her creative activity in her ministry.
Mm,
Um, I would say maybe early 20s, mid 20s, maybe. And she had her about where she was in and out, but Shaniqua was always serious about God. So it was more so when she started that in her writing, in her, ability to help others, especially young women. I would say that is where I saw it, me personally. And I'm on that list too. It's so many times that I've called for, prayer, advice, talk me down, and she's like, "Oh my God," right there, all the time, all the time,
People have no
to bring
clue.
me in.
People have no clue that outside of this very hard exterior that Shanequa has, and really Mookie, but we're talking about Shanequa today. Shanequa is an intercessor.
Yeah,
She's a real intercessor. If you need somebody to pray you through, I mean, it takes nothing for her to tap in immediately, and she will go to war
immediately,
and start praying and interceding on your behalf. And I think that's such
absolutely,
a beautiful characteristic of someone who is
absolutely,
a gospel and a Bible playwriter. You know what I'm saying? I think
absolutely.
that's a great attribute that you're a praying woman that people don't know that about you. So thanks, Mook, for stopping by. We
I
Thank
love
appreciate
you.
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 I
I
love
love you,
you.
baby.
Love you.
I love you. I love you. I love you. Hit you later.
Bye. Come on, Bobby. You gonna have me in tears over here.
That was so nice.
Yes.
That was our first surprise of the night. Jason Hendrickson said you prayed him through.
You know what? I'm not even gonna.
But we
Yeah,
know Overseer Hendrickson requires much prayer.
much prayer.
We have to stay on the in the throne room for that one.
Yes.
But no, Shanequa, I think that was beautiful. Mookie brought out a really important part, which is your prayer life. Talk about the intensity of prayer that is required for you to be able to successfully execute in this regime as a author, right? And as a producer. How essential is your prayer life to that?
Oh, your prayer life have to be on 100,000 million. For years, I didn't know how to pray. I
Mm,
recently learned how to pray. Within the next, um, then it was 4 or 5 years ago when I really had to study. No, more than yeah, when I really had to sit down and really study for my next production. Even though it wasn't a words for eight years, but I really had to learn how to pray and how to talk to God. And I used to always think pray was, and if you don't, Lord Jesus, I need you to come on down. It was not that. It's just your conversation with him, a gentle conversation with God,
authentic conversation.
authentic conversation, just like you having a conversation with your friends. And that's when my prayer life really grew, was when I learned how to pray. And it wasn't all the antics that I grew up with. It was just a conversation with God and letting him know that how much you love him and how much you appreciate him and his grace and his mercy. So for me, that's where everything, when I learned how to pray correctly.
I love that. I love that. And I mean, it's obvious that prayer is essential to what you're doing because you need to be guided by the Holy Spirit in order to even produce on the level that you're producing. And we're going to talk in a little bit about some more of what you have coming, which is super exciting. But just before we do, I know that when I first met you, and I used to, me and Shanequa, like, first of all, we were not even friends. Like, we were not friends. And people like to say that I have like a shady disposition. I don't really think so, but people like to say that about me. And when I met Shanequa, we were at Timony's, Pastor Timony's. I think it was her 40th. Was it her 40th?
Her 40th birthday. I wasn't even church.
40th birthday
I
service.
was in them streets. And I told her I was
It was her 40th birthday service, and I was there with Mookie. I think I was sitting next to Mookie, and
yeah.
Shaniqua was also sitting next to Mookie. So, so I'm like, this girl sitting here, she got these big old pumps on with these Gucci socks up to her thigh almost, and this bob, like the sharpest bob I have ever seen in my life. So I'm like, who is this? So I'm like, I'm kind of paying it. Like, I'm not really like whatever. So then she pulls out some candy or gum. What was that?
It was Mentos. It was Mentos.
Mentos. So she pulled out some Mentos, and I'm like, dang, I have like not spoke to this girl the whole time we've been sitting here, but she pulled out candy. I'm like, hey, can I have some candy? And literally from that moment,
Yep.
we would gel together, and it was like that was sis, and
Yeah.
we would laugh and we would joke around, and she would always subtly mention to me that she had something she wanted to work on. Um, and I would kind of just be like, all right, Shaniqua. But when she actually came to me and it was actually, she was ready to go straight into motion, like, what is it? Name it. I'm ready to go. I was just blown away. And I mean, we were able to get here. But before there was Bobby Trends, you had someone else that you used to empty all your dreams into. Um, Everyone who knows you, which was my original point when I first came on, it was just like, oh, let me call this person, let me call this person. This person, you always talked about her, always mentioning her. And I finally had the chance to connect with her through creating this amazing virtual launch. So I'm about to bring on your second surprise guest. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Salia!
My best friend since 7 years old.
What's
Hi.
up, Salia?
Hi.
Yes. Hi, guys. Hold on, let me
Hi.
turn my volume up.
How you doing
Hi.
tonight? So, Salia,
I'm good,
why
and
don't
you, Bobby?
why don't you introduce yourself for the people who may not know you? Wow. Mr. Hendrickson and Lady Hendrickson are letting me have it in the comments. Salia, why don't you introduce yourself? Who are you for the people who don't know you, people who have not been introduced to you? I'm going to give you a moment to have your time with Shanequa, and I'll be right back. But I want you to take this time to really let people know who you are and your significance and how you've watched this whole picture evolve.
Okay. Hi, everyone. So I'm Celia. I am Shaniqua's right hand, the yin to her yang, the peanut butter to her jelly, the ham to her burger, the Kool-Aid to her sugar, the sugar to her Kool-Aid, whatever you want to call it, the Boxy twins, all of that. That's who I am. We've been best friends since we were 6 and 7 years old. Shaniqua is older than I am. No shade, no shade. But yes, we've been friends since we were 6 and 7. From the first day that we met, we have been inseparable since then. And not many people can say they've been friends with somebody for that long. The fact that we are almost half a century, but we've been friends for that long, and it hasn't always been good. We had our ups and downs, but the past is the past, and we are here today, stronger than ever. I am so proud of Shaniqua and all that she has accomplished, all that she's doing. I am one that has always wanted to see her win, pushing her, praying for her, even when she didn't know it, even when we were at odds. I always stayed on my face for my friend because I knew that she had so much in her that she didn't see in herself. And so to see this manifest, this dream she had come to fruition now is amazing. And I don't want to start crying, but I'm so overjoyed at just how far that she has come. Not only in the business aspect, but spiritually, mentally, emotionally, as a mother, as a friend, she has really grown by leaps and bounds. We have the dopest conversations now, like just about God, just everything. It's been fantastic, and I just want to let her know that I truly do love her, and I'm proud of her, and I'm going to be right there every step of the way, no matter what. When the times get hard, the money gets low, all of that, I'm gonna be right there. I'm gonna be right there, rooting her on, pushing her, continuously, because I know what God has in store for her, and it's going to be great. It is great. So I'm not much
Thank
of a
you.
talker. I don't know what else to say.
Um, for me, I think
Bobby!
if anyone knows my secret struggles, she does. Well, I might cry. She does. She knows my secret struggles. Um, and she never how can I say this? She never judged me on it. She never laughed at me about it. She always, when I would hand her the script, she'd just correct it and do what she had to do. And whatever she didn't, she would circle it and what doesn't this mean and whatever. But so she's so dear to me because she know what it takes for me to get through a script. Um and one day I'm gonna really, have do another live where I will talk about the struggles that I have as far as me getting through a whole entire script. And my scripts are not 20 pages long. Sometimes they can be 100 pages long. So there is a struggle there. But my best friend has never made me feel less than because of the struggle that I have in my writing. So I love her dearly. Like she said, we've been friends for years and years, and our kids grew up together. And
All
that's
right, the beautiful. Let me bust this man's this man's up.
all right. Bust it.
Beautiful words. I have another guest though that is here to congratulate you. And
Hello?
the thing about the guest that we have today
You're
is that
freezing out.
It's you. It's your phone.
the thing about the guest that we have here for you today, Neek, is that you have no clue, and your comments are going off. I don't want to disregard the comments. There's so many positive things that are being said about you. That you're authentic. You're the best.
I love y'all.
You're a blessing. People are wishing you congratulations. It's just so many things. But I have another surprise guest for you, really quick. So Celia was down, Mookie was down. Those are your day ones, your homegirls. But you have recently explored a new level in your life. For those of you that don't know, Shanequa has reclaimed herself and her salvation, and she's found a new church home. And so tonight we have another guest that we're bringing on. Your pastor's here.
Yes.
Pastor Mike
Nick,
Smith.
I love you. I'm super proud of you. Listen, yo, you already know. You my evangelist. You go, you go, you go, you go. I'm loving what God is doing in your life. Yo, it's so dope because God is reintroducing what church looks like through people like you. Do not despise, do not even look down on how God is using you to minister to the world. He's using your art, your artistic, your artistry. He's using all the talents that you have. Is your time. You understand what I'm saying? I'm so happy. I'm so happy about this. Like, I am so happy. And we're going to sow into your ministry. And when you get some time, come on, so I can give you some papers, so you can be official. Nah, I
You,
love you. I'm so hyped to be on this. I had to. I'm about to head into church and do Bible study, but I wanted to come on and just give you our love. We love you. Church at the Well loves you. We can't wait to see
I
your
love
face.
Church at the Well. I gotta make
Yeah.
my way.
You got to come through, man.
y'all.
We can't wait to fellowship
Shaniqua,
with y'all.
Shaniqua speaks so big of your ministry, Pastor Mike, and she was talking about all the other churches that wanted her to be a part after her pastor passed away. But she said she truly felt the calling of God in your ministry, and it's because of
Wow.
its authenticity. It's because of your street ministry. And anybody that knows Pastor Mike, he has a heart for souls, and he has one of the most incredible outreach ministries that I've ever envisioned or have seen. And
Wow.
so Shaniqua felt really powerful about joining your church, and that's all she talks about. And she don't come to my church because she got to go to her church. So we really appreciate you, and thank you as her creative director. Thank you for your inspiration and
Yes,
motivation
sir.
that you provide to her to keep her going. And thank you for stopping by tonight.
Thank
Yo, I
you,
love you
Pastor.
guys.
Love
We're gonna
you.
come through to the winners assembly. We coming, man.
100%.
We're gonna
Because
come
listen,
through.
we church just as hard
Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. We're gonna come through, man. But I love y'all, and I'm thankful for this opportunity. I love you guys, and keep going.
Love
Definitely.
you. Thank you.
All right.
Come on, Bobby. You got it.
Listen, it's all about
Woo.
you tonight. It's all about you, Neek. We are so happy for you. Let's go to some of the comments. Let's see what people are saying, and then I got some more surprise for you. But before we continue, let's see what's going on in the comments. Yolanda Jones says, "I'm so happy for you. Thank you for me to be a part of your vision."
Yeah,
So
she's part of my team.
awesome. Did I meet Yolanda?
Yes, at the photo shoot. Yes. You
Okay,
did.
okay. Awesome. Lachelle says she loves this.
I love you, Lachelle.
Valerie Moore says, "Dope, neat, keep going."
You're part of my team too.
Anthony Lewis, "We were in a play together." Nick,
It
you're so
was. That was my
amazing, so good. Listen, it's nothing is more motivating as someone who has been an entrepreneur and who has been in business. I can truly say nothing is more motivating than having people who believe in you and who are pushing you in what you're doing. It's truly one of the most satisfying feelings.
yeah.
And I'm so grateful to know that Shanequa has a village. We had a photo shoot with her team. I did not even know she had all these people on her team. Mind you, I've been working with Shanequa now for probably almost 6 months. Did not know that she had a full team of people who work with her. And shout out to the Ultimate Experience Production Company, because there
Yes.
is no Shanequa without you guys and your contributions. And if I knew all of your names by heart, I would shout you out. However, we do have one team member who is here who is going to represent the set tonight. So I'm about to bring in your fourth guest for the night. Your fourth guest for the night. All right?
Mhm.
Let's go.
Shiny.
Hey, Boo. I love
Hey,
you so much.
you eat in the house. Yes, we are.
UE is in the house. Okay, I am the representative for UE. And girl, I don't know where to start. I was crying for the first one. I was crying for the second one. That's why I look like this. So, okay. So just know that you are a treasure. You know what I mean? Like you are valued. You are valuable, and we see the vision, and we're happy to be a part of your team, and we're excited for you, and you're an awesome person. And I feel like, even personally, like, I haven't known you as long as Celia and your other friends, but the impact that you've had on my life, I can say, I look at you like you my family, and we talk about it a lot. Like, even when you come to my house, and you be around my family, like, oh my goodness, like, your family is like mine, and vice versa. It's very inspiring. It's very, I don't know, Bobby, like, it's just something about you. It's just very compelling, and I feel like people need to see that. You're like an example that people need to see. And I just appreciate everything about you. I really do.
I love you so much.
I really do.
Thank
I
you.
love you too. And your team, is solid. We see the vision. We running with it. Whatever you need, a space, a place, whatever you need, we got you. You need to vent. You need to whatever you need to
You
do.
know she gonna vent. Now, she not gonna do nothing else.
I'm
She
gonna
is
go
going
off.
to vent.
I'm going off.
Right.
Everybody that was with me this weekend, no, I'm goes off.
And I just don't understand. Like, Shanequa, relax.
We got you.
Thank you. I love
10
y'all.
toes down, 10 toes down.
I
And we
love
super
y'all.
proud of you.
Thank
Shani,
you.
so you are a part of the team, which is a team of what, 5? Is it 5 or 6 of you?
No, it's a lot of us. It's how many of us, Shanequa?
10.
About 10 people.
Okay, so Sitting on the team is 10 of y'all. We were at the photo shoot production. Um, at what point did you see Shanequa? So you knew her as your friend. You knew that she was talented, gifted. We all know that. We've all seen that. But at what point did it transition from you seeing her as Neek, who's doing her thing, to Neek is a boss? She's a boss. She's running this. This is officially, she's like, when did you see her in that new light?
Honestly, I think I've always seen her in boss mode. Every time I see Shanequa, like from being younger and coming up in church and stuff, like she's always had that kind of like boss quality. It
Mm-hmm.
was underlying. It wasn't like she wasn't like trying to boss people around and stuff like that. It wasn't like that. It was very subtle,
Mm-hmm.
but it was always there. It was just a matter of her owning it and applying it to her gifting,
Right.
and exhibiting confidence in her gift.
Yes.
That was it.
Well
But she
said.
always had that boss thing. That was
I want to say it's more boss C, but I'm in agreement.
oh,
Thank you, Cherie. I've always been a boss. I was a boss in the street.
oh.
But I can thank you, God.
Save your testimony, please.
Well,
Save your
thank
testimony for the live
yes.
experience.
I am.
Shawnee, thank you so much for coming through. Stay on the live,
Love
Shawnee.
you.
All
Don't
right.
leave yet, but thank you for popping
Right.
through. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. All right, y'all. So we are going to continue. How you feeling, Shanequa?
I'm overwhelmed. You got I know some tears was there, but I'm overwhelmed because I don't even know who else is here. But I'm overwhelmed. I'm just so happy that everyone is on here. Like I'm really so happy because people don't have to be nice. My bishop used to always say that. People don't have to be nice, and I'm so happy that people love me the way they do. I'm so happy that they believe in my dream and my vision. So I'm really excited. I'm really happy.
Awesome. So, I mean, honestly, you always talk about, we did the documentary where you kind of walked us through the video. I actually want to play that tonight at some point, but you're from the Bronx. Like Bishop Jameson said,
Mr. Jameson, the
you always
Bronx.
from the Bronx. And something that I think people are not aware of in its entirety is how much your family means to you. And I have, we've been around each other a lot, especially lately working together. And I know how much your children mean to you, your new grandbaby, your brother, your sisters, your dad who is deceased, what he meant to you and your sacrifices that you've made for him. But nobody means as much to you as your mother. And I mean, I have been in the car with Shanequa, and if you even say like, I mean, all you gotta say is, "Mommy said what? What happened to my mother? What happened to my mother?" I mean, ready to go completely off. And it's a beautiful thing. I know you love your mother so much, and I'm pretty sure she's watching. But your fifth surprise is here.
Oh,
Well, I'm not the surprise, but I just want to tell you that I love you and I'm proud of you. And I had to introduce her. Here's Brooklyn. She made me do it. Okay.
She's crying.
Why are you crying?
Read it.
Okay. May all your wishes come true. I like to hear you laugh. Seeing you happy makes me happy. The sound of your voice is soothing, even from miles away. I love you.
I love you too.
Beautiful. So sweet.
Love y'all. My mommy, that's my rock.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm rock
let me
right
tell you
here.
something. I feel like let me say something. The way Shanequa talks about you, Mom, I feel like I know you. Just because you're always the start of her conversation, you're the end of her conversation. Everything that she's doing in life, she wants to make you proud. She wants to make you happy. She wants to make sure that you're good and encouraged. And she will literally, I don't care what project we're working on, she will pause it in a second. I got to call my mother. Bobby, I gotta call my mother. And to have your support means everything to her. And I want you to know that I appreciate you so much for raising and bringing about such an inspiration like Shanequa, who is empowering people all over with just her testimony. Literally, just her testimony. And I want to know from you, Mom, before we go to Brooklyn. Hi, Brooklyn.
Hi.
Are you behaving?
No.
Telling the truth.
At least she's honest. But I want to know from you, Mom, when were you able to identify that Shanequa was different and she had a different gifting?
Well, I always knew Shanequa was a little different than my other kids because she was quiet and she was always like up under me, just like this. She didn't say much. And it wasn't until she was like about 14, about between 13 and 14, we were in Pastor White's church. And we were in the office. Church was over and we were in the office talking. And so we heard somebody singing. So Pastor White said, McCoy, who's that? I said, I don't know. So we got up and we came to the entrance of the church, right? And it was Shanequa. And she said, oh my God, that girl can sing. And like so she joined Westchester Mass Choir. And every time they would like tape the service wherever they would go, and Pastor White would say, McCoy, come here. I said, yes, Pastor. She said, listen. So I'm listening. She said, do you hear it? And I said, yeah. She said, what do you hear? I said, Shanequa's voice above the whole entire choir. And it would just fascinate Pastor White that this girl, you could hear her no matter how many people are singing, you could hear her.
Wow.
And so I always knew she was special. You know, she just was kind of laid back. And I tried to push out her as much as I could. But I knew one day that it would flow out of her. And I'm so proud. And I'm so proud that God allowed me to be here to see it. You know, my husband is not here, but that was his baby. You know, he always knew Shanequa had it. And one thing he always wanted, and I hope she gets to do it, he always wanted her to sing a song with Timothy together. He said, I just want them together just one time. So he's not here to hear it. So I'm hoping that she will grant it so that I can hear it. Because this is what. So, you know, she
I love it.
Yeah, that special child. Like when the kids get a beating, she said, beat him, Dad, beat him. So we're special.
Love it. Listen, I'm so grateful.
Is that when I was pregnant with Shanequa, my mom died. So I was 3 months pregnant when my mom died. So the day before my mom died, she told me, she said, this is going to be a girl. And I said, really, Mom? And she said, yes. She said, and I want you to name her Shanequa Danielle. That's where she got her name from.
Wow.
Right? Now, Shanequa came. She was born. I didn't carry her full term. She was born in the 7th month on the 17th day in the 74th year, 7 days before my mother's birthday. And she stayed in the hospital for 7 weeks. Now you tell me that's God. 7 is God's completion. So we always knew that she was destined for greatness. When I came home without her, one of the Muslim men that lived in the building, he said, your daughter is destined for greatness. And so here we are. I love
Destiny fulfilled, right?
Yes.
That's amazing. So we have we know your mom is your world. Brooklyn is the baby, but Brooklyn is not your only child, right? So your guest number 6, I think we're up to 6 now because we got to throw Brooklyn in there. So guest number 6 is your other baby, your twin.
Hi, Mommy.
Hi, Scott.
And you was complaining that I wasn't paying attention.
Hi,
Yeah.
baby.
Hi, Mommy.
Hi.
I just want to let you know
Tell us what you want to say to your mom tonight.
I am so proud of you. We come very far. And the other day I was just looking around when I was with you. I'm like, I'm really proud of my mom. And I think I told you that. Like, I'm really proud of you.
So sweet. Shanequa, we'll give you a minute to gather yourself. Scott, at what moment did you realize that you had like an exceptional mom? I mean, obviously, I know your mother goes to bat for you. Again, like we said about Mom Loretta in Brooklyn, she'll stop everything in the world for her family. But at what point did you realize, like, wow, my mother is really exceptionally gifted?
Um, I think that growing up, like my mom is talented in all things. Little people know she do hair too. So my mom, she knows how to do a lot of things. So I've
Hmm.
always knew. It's just I always wanted her to put her foot forward and be her best.
Hmm. Put herself first.
Yeah. Yes.
Hmm.
You're gonna make me cry, mom. Stop crying.
Sorry.
Shanequa, the gang is here. We all here to celebrate you. How do you feel? Your
Oh,
mom, your daughters, your legacy. You always tell me that you're building this for your children and you want your children and your grandchildren to be able to have something that they're able to hold on to even far beyond after you. And you now have an opportunity to speak to your children and tell the world how you feel about them and how they drive you and inspire you. I know it, of course, because you tell me, but I think they need to hear it. So why don't you take this moment to speak out?
um, whew, it wasn't always an easy road for me being a mother. Having my children, I had my first child. I got pregnant at 19, and I had my son at 20. And my kids, whether my children weathered the storm with me. There's so many obstacles in my life, you know. And I'm grateful that my kids love me the way that they love me, respect me the way that they respect me, listen to me the way that they listen to me, and push me the way that they push me. Every last one of my kids, my son, Jameen, my daughter Sky, and my daughter Brooklyn, who's with my mom currently in Delaware. And been through a lot. Wasn't always a perfect mother because there's no such thing. My kids never held that against me. They never held that against me. And I love them for it. And I love my mom for being my rock. And even when I was not always present as a parent, because I'm always going to be honest, my mother was there to pick up the slack, you know. But like I said, that story will come. But I love my children and I'm so excited that they're here and I'm building this legacy to make sure my mother has never have to want again as long as she's on this earth. And my children has something that they can have when I'm gone. So, and my gift from God. Why y'all did this to me? Why did y'all do this to me? Whew. I love y'all.
We love you too.
I love y'all. Brookie.
Yes, mommy.
All right, Bobby. Okay.
So beautiful. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Whew.
Thank y'all for joining us tonight. You guys have made the night. I'm certain of it. And there's so much more to come. And when we finally release what we've been working on, I know y'all will be front line, first row. So thank you for joining us tonight, guys.
Thank you.
Love y'all.
Bye,
Bye.
mommy. Bye, Nana. Bye, Brooke.
Whew. Bobby got me on here crying.
Listen, we're celebrating you, and I think I saw Trevor say it in the comments that this is so important to give you your flowers while you can still smell them, right? We always hear that, give people their flowers while they can smell them. And I think that we've learned that two things that I think we've learned. I think one thing we've learned through the pandemic and just through life in general, life can be taken away so fast.
Yeah.
And sometimes we hinder to have these moments. Sometimes as creatives, we get so caught up in the building, right? We get so caught up in the building and the fact that we're trying to, make this dream a reality that we don't take the time to set aside time to hear, from the people who love us and the people that we love. And it's such a incredible tool of motivation, to know that you have so many people. We got 50 people on Facebook right now, and we have another 20 people on YouTube that are on their computers or on their phones to show their love for you. And
Woo!
it's important that you know that, Neek. You're loved, you're appreciated, and we're pushing you forward. All right.
Yes.
All right. So, with that being said, we have another guest. Now, I don't know if people now, I know you keep it very low that you sing, right? But she is a part of a group, Jules Bartholomew, Judah Camp. And she sings on a group, and she's dedicated to it. Rehearsals, prayer calls, the whole nine. I can't get through because she's on a prayer call with Jules and Judah Camp. And I admire that again that you wear so many different hats. And so I have another surprise guest for you that is a part of the Judah squad, I would say, because Lord knows they're not a singer, and we're not going to ask them to sing tonight. But they're part of the squad, and they love you and they support you. And so I'm going to bring on your seventh surprise guest tonight.
Man.
Deacon Elder Minister Clark.
Yo, stop. What's going on? What's going on?
Something else.
Yo, I just had to come up on here and say congratulations. Got mad love for you. A strong writing to this. It's an honor for me to be able to come on your platform and just express my love, my gratitude. Yo, I'm all about, just showing support, showing love where love is due. I'm proud of you. Keep striving, keep doing your thing. I just had to find some time to come on here and show love. Shout out to Bobby. Y'all like a mega team. Y'all doing great things. I just can't wait to see what's gonna happen. You already know you know what it is.
Thanks, Mel. That's my
Jamel,
brother.
so while I have you on here, let me ask you some questions. No, so I mean, you met. First of all, why don't you tell us how you met Shanequa? How did you meet Shanequa? How did you guys come into contact? How did
Always, man. I'm through her group, Judah Camp. For years, I've always known her from back in the day, from the Danny days or whatever. But we got close when she came and joined on board the Judah Camp, and we just connected from jump. Like, she's business minded. We always talk about doing stuff together whenever she gets the time. But you always been that fly girl. The girl that's always been in the front, and we connected, and we just been going ever since. That's my hitter.
I love it. I love it. And as a fellow entrepreneur, Mel C Entertainment.
Yep.
Mel C Entertainment. As a fellow entrepreneur, what is something that you want to leave with Shanequa that will keep her encouraged as she continues in this phase of building?
I would say no matter what you go through, no matter what you're doing, just keep on going. You know what I mean? The thing about owning a business, the thing that I've learned, and I'm still learning now, when you're a business owner and you're an entrepreneur, there's highs and there's lows, but you just got to keep pushing through. There's going to be seasons when it's like, whew, then it's going to be seasons when it's like, yeah, but just have drive, the same authenticity, and just keep going. Some people are going to support you, some people not. Some people are going to be with you, some people not. But you just stay true to who you are, stay true to what you do and what you believe. And the best is yet to come.
Thanks, Mel.
Well said, Mel. Well said. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for showing love. Anybody who knows Jamel knows that he's a supporter. He supports people. He pushes them forward, and we appreciate it. We love you, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So dope. So Nick, we also have some messages for you from people who were not able to jump on tonight for various reasons, but they send their love and they want you to know Raymond Alston, our brother, right? He wants
Yes,
to know that
I love him.
um, he's at a gig right now, but he's tuned in. Ray is watching, and he said he has mad love for you. He's super proud of you, and he salutes you. And we know Ray. Ray is big bro. So if
Yes,
Ray salutes us, it's legit.
it's legit.
Because Ray is not signing off on nothing that's not legit. So shout out to Ray. And then we also have Jules Bartholomew, your brother, your guy, and he's also the lead. I guess I don't know what would you call it, the owner, the leader of Judah Camp,
Yeah,
songwriter, and a friend of Shaniqua. We actually had him in one of Shaniqua's shows
yeah.
that we did. He was a part of that, and so he also lets you know that he is on tour right now, but he's super proud of you, and that he would love to be able to tap in if he can, but he's on the road. So
I know.
those are from your day ones. Everyone is really proud of you, Shaniqua. This is a
Thank
huge
you.
moment. The comments are going crazy. Let's jump back in the comments real quick. Um, God, it's so much that's here. Robin said you're a great mother. Evan is still tuned. I don't know what part of the world is Evan even in right now.
I know he overseas. I know he was in London a little while ago, but I don't know
We
exactly.
don't know where Evan is in the world. We don't know what time it is, but Evan says he loves us. And shout out to Evan for being so supportive. And I know that because I work closely with Shaniqua, and I know Evan probably be in his mind like, where are y'all going now? What is going on? Why is she leaving after work and coming home and leaving? Like, what's going on? What's going on? But he's super supportive. He's always there, front and center. So shout out to my brother Evan. I appreciate you for making my job a little bit easier. We got Timony in the comments.
My
Timony, I don't
Timothy.
know. Timony needs to be on. I gotta help the pastor work with these links. I gotta help the pastor, but she needs to be on here. We need to hear from Timony tonight. We also have Tika.
Tika,
Love
that's my
Tika.
sis. Wow. Everybody's on here. Oh my God, Tika.
Tika's here. We got Tanequa Mitchum. We
Wow.
got Bessie
Tika.
giving honors to God. Yes, sir. Come on.
Wow.
Uh,
Eatable Project,
we got
stand up.
62 people. Come on, Judah Squad is in the building.
Xavier.
Is here. Isha Nix is here.
Felicia. 690, stand up. That's my older sister, Cassandra.
And I think your other sister was here too. I think I saw your sister in the comments.
Latoya.
I believe so.
There she go. Author Latoya McCoy. I
Uh,
love you.
all right, so Shanequa, I have another surprise for you. Oh, the governor, Uncle Sean is here.
Sean gotta do, we gotta connect with Sean. You gotta connect.
I know. Hold on one second. I have another surprise for you, but let's keep looking at the comments.
Jamel, that's Brooklyn Godfather.
Trevor. Now let's talk about Trevor. Trevor is
Love
always pushing you. Yeah, that's your prophetic partner. Talk about Trevor for a little bit.
Huh?
Talk about Trevor for a little bit.
Listen,
you shared so many words that he's giving you.
Let me tell you something. Trevor told me that I was going to get this position on my job. He told me that. I was like, no, I'm not, because this is not what I want to do. You bugging. I'm not even looking for nothing else. He told me. Trevor and Robin, they was there for me when they was there with me when I ain't have no furniture in my apartment when I just moved there. I was pregnant with Sky, staying with me every weekend, cooking and stuff like that. I love them unconditionally. They children.
Hold on, Neek. Another surprise guest is about to tune in. The legend, the one and only.
The what? My brother
Judah.
Judah.
I sent a message saying I was unavailable, but then
I announced the message. I announced the message.
But then we just got to Portland, so I'm like, let me just jump on right quick.
Oh wow, you on tour? Who you on tour with?
Miss Hill.
Lauren Hill.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
love you.
What's good, family?
What's
going
up?
on? Listen, we celebrated the launch of the Ultimate Experience. You were actually one of the first guests that Shanequa had on her platform as we were kind of like building into what we were presenting with this whole production project, which we really haven't even unleashed the major part of it, but you were a part of it. And I know that Shanequa always speaks about how motivational you've been to her life, opportunities that you've given her. And I mean, it's amazing to hear it and to see it. But I just wanted you to have an opportunity to speak to Neek on her special day, you know, as she launches this new part of her life, and just for her to hear from her brother, you know what I'm saying, how you feel about what she's doing and what she has going on.
Well, I want to congratulate you. I want to congratulate you both because this is not easy. It's not easy dealing with people. It's not easy getting people to believe in what you're doing. And this is a step out on faith. And anything that I can do to be of service, I want you to know that I'm there. Um, people are not people are not aware of how gifted and anointed you are. And you know, there's the story of the three servants with the talents in the scriptures, and I always say that you're responsible for the gift that God has given you. You know what I'm saying? So if I gave you a car and you still want to walk everywhere you go and take the bus, then you're disrespecting the gift that I gave you. You know what I mean? And God has given you a very, very strong gift, a very, very strong set of gifts, and it's your job to multiply it. So, when you put it in the hands of those like the Bobby Trends and the people that can make it do something that it needs to do, then you're being responsible with your gift. And I'm glad that you're not just hanging out and being a mother, grandmother, great grandmother. What are you? Great.
Great grandmother.
Only listen, I got one grand and she's on one.
so do so do I, my nigga. So
Oh man.
but I love you and I appreciate
Love
you,
you
and
too.
I'm glad for everything that you're doing. You know what I
Thank
mean? And it's only up from here. Word up. Only
Love
up
you.
from here. Yeah, you're responsible for that gift though. Don't sit on it.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yours too, Bobby.
Thank
That's
you,
right.
brother.
Yes,
I,
sir.
I appreciate it. And you look like you're exhausted, and I know you probably are. What time
Yo,
is it where you are?
it's 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock. I'm in Portland.
Hmm.
I was in a bunk, knocked out.
Oh man.
I just got to my hotel room. I'm like, I'm looking like I got clothes on, but I'm completely naked under this hoodie.
Goodbye.
You know what I'm saying? So
Thank you for joining us.
bye, Saints.
Thanks.
Love you, brother. Thank you for
Love
tapping
you.
in.
Love
All
you
right,
so
love
much.
you, bro. All right.
Jules is
So
crazy.
stupid. Thanks, Jennifer, Stephanie, Sonia.
Unique.
Yes.
Us tell us right before oh look, Powell's here.
Powell.
Congratulations. That's a big deal to have Powell here. All right, so hold on. We have another surprise for you. So I want you to get your paper towel because I can't deal with any more crying from you tonight. But we have a special surprise for you. This is surprise number 8, I think, maybe.
I think so.
All right, ready? And let's go.
Hey, Ma. Hello.
Hi, son.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
Good. I'm out. My bad. I'm outside walking my dogs right now. It's cold, but I just want to stop by real quick. Tell you I love you. I'm proud of you. You motivate me every day, and I couldn't ask for nothing more than for you to be my mom and be in my life. And I don't know. I ain't really too good at this, but uh, I hold you in high regards to everybody. Nobody, and nothing could ever take you from me. Nobody could tell me nothing about you. and I'm just very glad and appreciative that you're my mother, and I'm glad to see you go on this path. And you've been going very hard for a long time, and now it's your time, so you got to turn up. It's cold out here. So I want to
Wow.
let you know that you're the best person for this, and nobody can ever tell you nothing, because if they do, I'm slapping people.
That's my son.
That is surely Shanequa's son. This is this is the um infamous McCoy, right? Shaniqua, this is your first baby, right? And Shaniqua always talks about her son, and I know on paper we have Robert McCoy, but really he's Robert Figueroa because always talk about how the Figueroas have basically raised him, but to hear you come back as having a young mom, who, like she said, she wasn't a perfect mom, but she strived and tried to do what she needed to do for you. But to now see her from that space to this space, what does that mean to you?
uh, just motivation, and I can't do nothing but be happy and proud for her. I mean, the world's been taking everything from her for a long time. It's now time that she take everything back.
100%. 100%. I love that. Neek?
Jameen, that's my firstborn. You know what they say. Your firstborn be your struggle babies. That's when you learn how to be a mother. You make all the mistakes from your firstborn child. And love my son. My son is very quiet. He doesn't like to be on the scene. Nobody hardly sees him. He stays in his bubble, somewhat like his mother. That's my too, because he's been mature, always been mature, always been sweet, always been the same. And when I'm not down there with Brooklyn, he jumps right in as the big brother to both of his sisters. And I just love that my children are so close. And oh my God, Bobby, I can't take no more.
Uh,
Woo!
I just want to tell you, Mom, that I love you. I'm proud of you.
I love
I
you.
just got off work, so I'm about
And
to
he's
walk
getting
these dogs.
married. My baby getting married. He has a beautiful
wow.
love,
Yeah,
and he's been with her since high school. Okay,
Beautiful.
very
since
respectful,
2012.
respectful, respectful man. I raise a respectful man.
That's right. I love it.
Yeah,
Well, Jasmine, thank you for popping in. It's good to meet you, and
no problem. I love you, Mom.
know that you're definitely one of your mother's driving forces for sure.
Yeah, she's one of mine too. So,
I love that.
Love
I love you, Mom. I'm
you.
about to go take a shower.
Go ahead.
Uh,
Curtis said he was bad. He was bad, but he still was quiet. He was bad, but
Not,
he still
Curtis Brown, Lady
Curtis
Beverly
Brown.
Brown's son.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Wow.
So
So
many
amazing. Listen, you have received so much love tonight. And it was really important that we put this together. When I had the idea of doing a virtual launch, I know you were probably like, what is that?
Yeah.
But I know that sometimes it's really hard to get all of these people in the same space at the same time, but we were able to do that tonight. And so I hope you feel the love. I hope you understand that you have a whole slew of people, those who were on, those who will watch this later, those who will, who are unable to be on, but you know that they love you. They've sent messages and cards and candy and flowers. You have a support system. And if for no other reason, you need to continue going because you know that God got you and you know that your family has you. And we're here to push you. And tonight we are saying congratulations to you on launching your baby, birthing your baby, the ultimate experience production company. Let's go.
Yeah.
Um,
It's my goddaughter.
goddaughter, Curtis Brown.
Thank you. Cherise.
So much love. So much love.
Oh,
All right, Neek. So tell us, what is next for the Ultimate Experience Production
ooh.
Company? What are we cooking up? What are we working towards? We talked about the website. Website is in its third phase. We'll be launching the site. You'll be able to read more about Shanequa. We have video presentations on there, booking requests, consultations, the whole nine. The website will be dropping any day now, so you must be make sure that you're connected and subscribe.
Please subscribe.
UEProductioncompany.com. Subscribe so that you'll know what's going on in the brand. There's a whole lot that's coming. But Neek, why don't you tell us what is next for the Ultimate Experience Production Company?
So I can finally talk about this. I've been holding it for a long time, but I can finally talk about this. So what's next for the Ultimate Experience Production Company is a musical that God gave me 8 years ago.
Wow.
8 years ago. And when he gave it to me, I thought he was like tripping, like, God, you're bugging. Let's have this come on so we can have this.
You're bugging.
You're bugging, God. And I asked him why. And he said to me, how can we continue to fight who we don't know?
Mm.
And it made so much sense.
How can we continue to fight who we don't know?
No.
That's like equivalent to showing up to a battle, right? And not doing your research, whether it's a lyrical battle, a physical battle, not doing your research and understanding who your component is. Evan said, finally. Showing up and not prepared because you don't know who you're fighting with. That's a huge, bro. That is a huge point. And I almost want you to even kind of expound on that a little bit because we hear so much people talk about, well, go ahead, continue. We'll get into it.
So when he said that to me, it made so much sense. Because if you're a boxer, you learn your component. You know if his right hand is stronger than his left. You know how many times it's going to take him before he gets winded. If you're playing a basketball, if you're on a basketball team, you know the Knicks know about the Celtics. They know who's the strongest player, who's the forward. They know everything. They watch tapes. The same with football. So if these teams and these people that's competing against each other and have to win something, they have to study them. So God gave me the story, and I went back and forth with him on this because I didn't want to feel like I was giving the accolades to the devil. He said, no. Through this ministry, production, people are going to know how to fight. Through this ministry production, they're going to know who they're dealing with. They're going to know the tricks. And in church, the Bible in church, they teach us the devil, he resisted and he would flee and so many things. But
that's what I wanted to open up. Like that's all you hear in church is you got to fight the enemy. You got to resist temptation.
You got to pray.
The blood and all that.
I'm fighting. Who am I fighting? Who is he?
They said, how do I fight?
How do I fight?
I don't know this. I don't know this man, right? And like you said, it's such a thin line between exposing and glorifying, right? We're not glorifying him. We're exposing every part of him. So you can understand him, and then you know how to fight him.
Be better equipped for him. And so reading, when I first picked up the Bible and God gave me, and I started to study, I said, the Bible don't tell me nothing. Nothing. I got a gnat in here. I'm sorry. Some people probably swinging. I said, it ain't giving me nothing. God said, study to show thyself approved. Okay, God, where do I begin? And he just started downloading so many other resources, so many books, the Apocrypha. I studied the book of Enoch. And I'm not much of a reader. Like, I'm not going to sit down, but I had to study and research. And I'm going to give you a little something. When I started researching and I looked at the name Lucifer and I said, Lucifer, and I began to study Latin. Well, the Old Testament is in Hebrew. The New Testament you got to study in the Greek. The heck they get Latin from? And as I begin to study, is when I realized that Lucifer ain't even his name. So if you take the word Lucifer and you translate it in Hebrews, Helene, I say it wrong all the time. It's spelled Helel. And anybody that knows, anybody that know that anytime you snitch on somebody in the street, they put you in witness protection. What's the first thing they do? Change your name. So that was the first thing that they did to us. They changed his name, so we don't know who he is. But God has given me something to expose. And everything doesn't start off bad. So you got to see the good before you see the bad. And and that's what I first, I started like, oh, maybe no. You got to show the good before, because if you read Isaiah,
understand the whole story.
Understand the whole story. And if you read Isaiah, God doesn't just say you doggone da. He thought you was beautiful, you was amazing, you was high, you was this, you was that. Then it goes. So I had to tell the whole story. When I tell you this story is powerful.
And not only that, Neek, I mean, just because we've had in-depth conversations about this as you're building it. And it's really a story that is relevant to what so many of us experience today: betrayal, jealousy, and envy, manipulation. Like, the story is so relatable to what happens in real life and in real time. And the fact that people are going to be able to make that parallel is insane.
Yeah.
So you did your research, you did your study. You heard it here first, right? Because I ain't never heard anybody go this in depth on bringing a musical or a play or anything written about the enemy. You know what I'm saying? But now that you've committed to this, right? You've done your research. You've put out different, little trailers and hints about, talk about the intense warfare that you have literally been under since you've made this vow, right? Since you've made this decision to expose the enemy in the most rarest form that I've ever heard him exposed. What is the warfare? And I mean, you don't have to share what you're not comfortable sharing, but I know a lot of your testimony because we talk about it. But talk about the intense warfare that you have been under since deciding to expose the enemy, to really expose him.
Oh, he don't like me. It's been crazy. My warfare has been crazy. The dreams I've had, the feeling the presence. Just a couple of weeks ago, I was laying in a bed and I felt the bed go down. Like I felt the bed go down, like if someone climbed in the bed with me. And at that moment, I was stuck. You know how they say that paralyzed thing, but I felt the presence, and I couldn't breathe. I couldn't do anything, and I just, all I could say is, God, like and until I was able to wake up out of it. But it's been bananas. Just recently, we had to go, God told me and my best friend and my daughter to go do something recently, and we went to do it, and we was adamant about doing what God told us to do. And the devil literally met us there. Met us there. He met us there with a young boy with a gun. That boy wanted to pull a trigger. We should not be here.
At gunpoint.
At gun. He wanted. No matter what we said to him,
I feel like if it wasn't your family, it was the job. If it wasn't the job, I remember one time, the devil is so pissed off at what we're doing. Shanequa literally could not, and this is so funny now, but at the time it was just like, yo, what? Like, literally could not find the car key. Could not find a car key. Like, tore the house upside down, had to end up taking Ubers and walking and taking car pools and all of this stuff just for something that simple. And it sounds, in hindsight, it sounds like, oh, it's a car key, but that's literally, he's doing anything to torment And I bring that out to say a few things. The first thing I want to say is that, you know, when you have a gift and people praise your gift because of what the execution is, you don't know what creative people are battling. You don't know how intense that fight is, right? And how it would be so much easier to be like, yo, I don't want to do this no more. Take it. I don't want to do this no more. You know what I'm saying? But you owe it to God to fulfill your purpose. That's a fight that nobody can relate to unless you've been there.
Baby, I be ready to square up with like I be ready to what's
I'm
up?
telling you,
Show
it's literally,
yourself.
if you're not grounded, and that's why I wanted to bring out your prayer life, because if you're not grounded in this thing for real, it will literally snatch you out of here. I was in church yesterday and my pastor was speaking against anxiety, and I struggle with anxiety, right? You know that I struggle with
Yeah.
anxiety really bad. And he was, and I don't know, God led my pastor to go into a direction where he was talking about anxiety, and he was like, cancel it now, like cancel it, speak against it, da da da. And in the spirit, and the service is high, and yeah, I rebuke it, I'm done, I'm not dealing with this no more, da da da. Let me tell you something. Around 3 o'clock yesterday morning, that thing came like knock, knock, knock. Here I am, woke up in a cold sweat, heart
Mm.
racing. And I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on? Like, where is this coming from? Immediately, I was reminded of the proclamation that I made to God in service yesterday. And I
Yeah.
pulled out my scripture and I went into prayer. And like it never came, it eased right back away.
Mhm.
But that's the type of stuff that the devil does, because he knows that once this hits media, once it hits mainstream, it's no coming back from this.
No.
We're exposing you on a level that we're doing our intense research to understand you, so that we can let people know how to remember they say shun the appearance and
Yes.
to know he's cunning. We're putting in that work so you know that this is what you need to avoid when avoiding the devil. My second point is saying that is, let's really undergird Shanequa in prayer. She needs our
Please.
prayer. She needs our prayer. Um, One thing that I've learned about Neek, what I've learned about you from working with you, is that you're not someone who's going to ask for anything. You'd rather go without, or you'd rather try to make your way to make it happen. That's not just for you, that's for your children, for your family. Like, you're not asking, you're going to go with whatever, you're going to try to make it happen. You're not
Mhm.
going to ask for it. But what I know that you need more than sponsorship, and we do need those.
We need the
We need
sponsorship.
somebody that's going to sponsor. We do need those. But beyond sponsorship, beyond love, beyond support, you need prayer.
Yes.
And I think that it is essential that we band together before we even conclude tonight, and that we join in prayer for you, because you are literally going into the enemy's camp. You're going into his camp and you are exposing him for who he is. You're exposing him for what he does. And I know he's pissed about it. And I know his little imps are pissed about it. But thank God that there's no weapon that can be formed against you that will prosper. But they will form.
Yeah.
And what you feel is the pressure of the forming of them. But even in that, we want to just cover you in prayer, and we want to continue to intercede on your behalf as you continue to move forward in your study, in your research, in bringing forth these amazing dynamic plays and these dynamic productions. We want you to be undergirded in prayer. And so, before we end tonight, I want to offer up a prayer for you. As your creative director, I don't believe that God has joined us together just because, who I am or who you are or what happens for other people that I work with. I believe that there's a huge spiritual component to what we're doing. And I know that I'm blessed because I'm serving the woman of God who is doing ministry. Now, you might not be in the pulpit, you know what I'm saying? You may not be, handing out tracts on a corner, but you're doing ministry and you're doing it at a large and dynamic level. And so tonight, I pray that God will continue to undergird you. I pray that God will continue to strengthen you as you continue to go through here. I pray that He fortifies you and that he equips you to be able to take on this next level of assignment, right? Because it's an assignment. I pray that God continues to creatively give you an abundance of inspiration. I pray that He allows His scripture to become braille to you. And when I say that, so that you can literally put your hand on the word and it comes up in your veins,
Mm.
and you're able to speak what God is trying to convey through His word. I pray that God continues to strengthen you, and I pray that you are feel empowered tonight after tonight to go forward and to accomplish what God has given you
Thank you.
to accomplish. I pray that you are able to stand boldly and confidently in who you are. You are Shanequa McCoy, the CEO of Ultimate Experience Production Company, and you are on a godly assignment. And you can be writing plays about love and hip hop, because Lord knows you got that testimony too.
I do.
What happens in the hood? You could be the next. This could be the next coldest winter ever. But you have decided to use the gift that God gave you to empower and to reveal and to speak life into what God is saying through you. And I just pray that you continue to grow in abundance. The favor is here, the
Yes.
blessings will follow, but I want you to have sticking power that you can go through this and take all the licks that come with it, right? Because it's only beautifying you. The Bible says that God beautifies the meek through salvation. And I believe that you're being beautified as you go through the fire of what you're building. And I'm so honored. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I'm so honored that you have decided to choose me to be your creative director and to work with the BT Collective. And I tell people all the times, working with people like Lori Harvey and Ellie Karamo, there's nothing that brings, and I love them and I appreciate them and I appreciate their coins. But there's nothing that brings fulfillment to me like working with the people of God, because I know that that is where my blessing truly lies. That is where I'm built and
Thank
I'm
you, God.
able to move forward and able to continue to expand and evolve is because of my service to the people of God. And so I'm grateful. Pray that you had a good night tonight, Neek.
Yes.
Very surprised by all of the beautiful people that
Woo.
today to wish you well and to just congratulate you and show you how much they love you and appreciate you. And we're going to continue to pray for you. And I'm going to exit and let you speak to your people before we conclude tonight. I love you, Nick.
Love you. Wow. I'm so overwhelmed. I don't even know what to say. I just thank God. Like I truly, 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 truly thank God for all of his many blessings. I thank God for his grace. I thank God for his mercy. Um, I thank God for the many gifts that he has given me. I thank God for trusting me with his word. I thank God for trusting me with this story. Hasn't always been an easy road for me. Um, but I thank God that he has kept me. I thank God that he's anointed me and he's appointed me. I thank God that he chose me. The Bible says many are called, but few are chosen. But I thank God that he handpicked me out, and gave me this assignment through all of my struggles, through all of my disappointments within myself. He still continued to press me and push me, even when I wanted to give up, even when I didn't see this for myself. Um, I thank God for that. So many years I've been told that I was gonna be a minister, and I was like, "You're bugging. Nah, that's not the road for me." But God has His way of taking you out and pushing you to your destiny. And also, you know, if he has a need for you, there's nothing you can do about it. You can't run, you can't hide, you can't die. There's nothing you can do about it, but just accept the calling on your life when there is a need that God has for you. And I thank God for the need. Um, I thank God for everyone on here. I thank God for my family. I thank God for my friends. I thank God for my team UE, the Ultimate Production team, everybody on my team that believes in me. I thank God for all of you guys. I thank God for Bobby. I thank God so much for Bobby because I'm not always the best person to work with. I'm not always on time. Sometimes I'm lazy, but Bobby pushes me. And I thank God for his friendship as well. I thank God for him pouring into my life the way that he does because he sees something. Like I said, he works with the Lori Harveys and all the, Bobby, his list, his clientele is very long. But he stuck me in there and he treats me just like he treats everyone else. I thank God for my boyfriend, my little fiance, my fiance, soon to be my fiance. I thank God for Evan Rainey. I thank God that he pushes me the way that he do. I thank God that he allowed him to be in my life, and I love him. I can't wait till he come home off the road. I thank God for my mom, my children, everyone. I thank you all for supporting me on tonight, taking the time out of your busy schedules because you did not have to do it, but you did on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, I thank you all. People on my job, Pfizer Proud. Yes, I love you guys. I can't wait to see you at work. I just thank everyone for joining me today, and I love you all. I'll do everyone that joined the live. I thank you guys. Coming soon. Prepare yourself. Get your tickets, spread the word because I am coming in full force with this production and you will not be disappointed and you'll be able to be equipped to throw your guards up and fight Satan the way that you're going to be able to fight him through this production. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Bobby. I don't know how to get off of this. I don't know if Bobby gonna come back on, but thank you all. Thank you, Bobby.